Just a little disclaimer, I just had 2 partial crowns done a few hours ago. Not quite sure why I scheduled that today. Hey guys, fill out a raffle ticket. So if you see drool coming out of the side of my mouth, if you could just be like that and give me a little hint. And heads up, if your dentist ever tells you that you grind your teeth at night and you should wear a night guard, get one. Because I didn't, and now I cracked 2 of my teeth going like this. I must sleep like a lion because I cracked 2 teeth, grinding my teeth. That's just so scary. So anyways, my name's Dawn Freshner, and I am a trainer here at the Renaissance. I've been here since we opened. And about 8 weeks ago, we started our pilot program of the FITT program. It stands for Functional Integrated Team Training. We started off with 19 people in our first group, and that's some of us right there, just at the end of the thing. So I'm going to kind of give you a little rundown of everything. You got to listen to me tell you all about it before we do the raffle. So I know, bummer, huh? You want the raffle, you'd be like, peace out. So you got to listen to me first. So anyways, FITT, it is a methodically constructed physical training program for 8 weeks. It has a comprehensive nutrition plan is part of it as well. It is not boot camp with Dawn 4 days a week. A lot of people kind of got the impression that they were just going to be coming and doing Dawn's class 4 days a week. It's completely not that at all. This is a program. It's 8 weeks long. It's been systematically designed to work you guys through all the steps of physical training. We start from the ground up, stabilization training, endurance training, strength training, and then as it advances into the second phase of the program, which I'll get into a little bit later, we do plyometric training, power training, and hypertrophy training for lean muscle mass, because the whole goal of the program is not just about fat loss, it's about building lean muscle mass. Is it cold in here? I'm sorry, because you were worked out, huh? You get all sweaty and then you get wet. So I'm going to kind of go through functional integrated team training, what all of that means. So here we go. Functional training, let's see. Functional exercise require you to recruit multiple muscles while activating your core stabilizer muscles simultaneously. They focus on becoming more adept at doing real-life activities in real-life positions. They're more neurologically demanding. They improve muscular endurance, overall strength, coordination, balance, posture, and agility. So functional exercise, it's kind of like a buzzword you hear a lot about. For example, so you go to the gym, you're going to do like a seated back row. You sit down on a bench, and you got a pad in front of you, and you grab the handles, and you pull back right here, right? So you're working your back muscles, obviously, but you're sitting in a chair, and you've got your chest pressed up against here, so it's stabilizing you. So you're working your back, but that's kind of all about that's all you're working. So when we're doing this kind of training, when we're doing functional training, we're going to get down on the ground, not on the ground, but we're going to squat and row simultaneously. So you kind of see a difference there. We're working our legs, we're working our glutes, our hamstrings, our quads, our core's activated, and we're working our back and our rear delts at the same time, because we're doing all of this at one time instead of just sitting on, hey you, just sitting in a chair, pulling back on the machine. So a lot of functional exercises. We also do strength training that's just strength training, but it's a lot of functional exercises that are involved in that as well. Integrated training, there it is. Think cross training. So this program is all about cross training and doing different things. We meet 4 days a week, and every day is a different exercise. It's a different routine. We do different things. One day we do interval training. One day we do circuit training. Another day, 2 of the days, they're different, but we do half strength and half running. One day we run sprints, and one day we run the hill. We run enterprise and work that lower bank of stairs down there. So every day you're doing something completely different. Hey, CJ. So integrated training, why do we do it? It's alternating workouts to improve your performance and overall fitness without overtraining and stressing your body. People that run every day, do you know people that run every day and that's all they do? And they do no strength training, they're getting hurt all the time, right? They're working in one plane of motion. They don't do anything else, and they're overstressing their body because they're constantly just pounding, pounding, pounding. So you see that with a lot of endurance athletes. Sorry if you're an endurance athlete, because they work in that one plane of motion, and then they bike, and then they run, and then they, do that same thing. So this is why we do integrated training when we want to switch it up on you. Circuit training and interval training will incorporate strength and endurance, stabilization, speed, and agility training. Those are 2 of the days. And then the other days are the cardiorespiratory and resistance training. They'll involve running. Like I said, we go off property for that. So you have to sign a waiver, and resistance training. And that changes as we progress through the program, the resistance training does. So we start off like with supersets and vertical loading, and then as we get into the second phase of the program, we move into isolated muscle training. So that kind of changes as we progress and you guys get stronger. Team training. All right, team training. There we go. So this is where the magic happens, team training, and not like MTV Cribs magic. Not that kind of magic. It's a different kind of magic. You know, we meet in a small group setting 4 days a week for 8 weeks. It is coming together as a community to work together. You know, group fitness, I love group fitness and I love the power of that because you all kind of get together and it's more fun. But when you're in a smaller group like this, when you're in a small group of people, you guys bond, and there's like a power to that, in that accountability, and you're all working together and you're motivating each other and you're encouraging each other, and especially because the nutrition component part of this is part of it. I can't tell you, I mean, I've been here since the club opened almost 7 years ago. I can't tell you how many people I know that go to see Chuck. He's our registered dietitian, and you know, they pay for the program, they get the nutrition plan, and they don't do it because there's no accountability. They go, they'll do it for a couple weeks, you know, and then they just kind of give up on it because it's hard, it's not easy. But when you're working with a group of people and you're all in this together, what a difference it makes. And at the end of this, I'm gonna have a few people come up and kind of tell you what a difference that made to work in a group together. That makes all the difference in the world, not just with the workouts, but with the nutrition too, because you know, we're encouraging each other, we're supporting each other, we're kind of all in the same boat. And we've got a private Facebook page where we all communicate as well. So we're on there that's how we communicate mostly. We're on there every day, we're talking to each other, we're swapping ideas, we're commiserating together. That's how I communicate with you as well, because when we're out there, we only have 1 hour together. And so in that 1 hour, I've got to get as much training in as I can. I don't have time. I don't have 10 minutes to be explaining to you what we're going to be working out, what we're going to be doing that day. So the night before, I'm on there telling you, all right, tomorrow, this is what you're going to do. Set up, get your heavy weights, be on the turf. We're going to do this. And I kind of, if we're running, all right, remember, we're running sprints. This is what I need you to do when you run, and then you recover. And I kind of give you all of that beforehand so you know what you have to look forward to the next day. So exciting, right, guys? Do you look forward to that every night? Getting in that little Facebook? No. Like, oh no, what is she going to do to us tomorrow? This is horrible. All right, why FITT? Why FITT? Why did I want to do FITT is basically what I mean by that. So group fitness. I've been teaching group fitness for a long time. I love it. I'm certified as a personal trainer. I've never done it just because it's not my thing. I mean, I just like working in a group. I like being with a lot of people. Maybe one day I'll go down that road. I just did the certification because I wanted the education. I didn't want to necessarily go down that path. So some of the pros of group fitness that I see: strong sense of community that's created when working out with others. And you guys can you guys are a testament to that, right? I mean, Jamie and I had my first baby when she had her second baby. That was 10, 11 years ago. You know, and we're still kind of at the same gym, and we're kind of in the same circle. You meet people at the gym. You make friends at the gym. This is a community, definitely. You guys have something in common. You all go to the gym. Group fitness, it's convenient. Right? It's here, you show up, it's at 8 o'clock, there's a class. You don't have to think about anything. All right, the instructor's got it, she's gonna tell me what to do. I just show up, pick up my weights and do it. It's fun, and there's some accountability in there, right? I mean, you see your friends, okay, you're gonna be there at 8? Okay, I'm gonna be there at 8. It's a good thing. The cons of group fitness, and this is kind of why this all started in my mind and drives me crazy, is I see people come into the gym month after month, year after year, and they never change. Their bodies never change. They never get any stronger. It's just everything is the same. And it's because they don't really know what they're doing. They don't train with a purpose. They just show up, oh, it's 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna take that class because it's 8 o'clock. They don't think, well, what is that class? Is it gonna meet my needs that day? They're like, no, it's just 8 o'clock, and I'm just gonna go because it's there. So you don't see any results because you don't know what you're doing, and you're just kind of showing up, taking whatever class is there, and you're laughing because you know you were doing that, Kimmy. You know, she's like laughing. I do it all the time. Zumba. I'll take Zumba. What the hell Zumba? I don't know. I'm going to take it. But, the lack of education, obviously. you don't really know what you're doing. And it's hard if you really don't understand what you're doing and you just start jumping into group fitness classes, especially some of the classes here were pretty advanced. And you just jump in and we're doing plyometrics and we're jumping and we're doing some, you know, some advanced stuff, and you don't know what you're doing. It's really easy to hurt yourself. You don't really understand proper form, proper technique, and that's one of the downfalls, because if you got 40, 45 people in a class, it's very hard for me as an instructor to come and single you out and help you out, because I've got a lot of stuff going on. And that comes to the last one too, lack of time to address issues such as form, injuries, muscle imbalances. You know, if I've got one person that's really out of line, you know, kind of like, whoa, slow down, you're gonna hurt yourself, I can do that. But you know, muscle imbalances, stuff like that, you know, injuries, people in the middle of class will be like, oh, my shoulder hurts, what should I be doing? I got this pop, and I'm like, 4 more, 3 more, I'm teaching a class here. I don't have time to like evaluate your shoulder injury and tell you what to do. And that's one of the downfalls of group fitness. But in a smaller group like this, that's something we can talk about. We'll talk about it before we even get started. We'll get you, come on in, Annie. You're just coming in for the free food. It's okay, come on, cheese and crackers are in the back, it's okay. Annie, come on in, we're not even gonna let you walk away now. It's back there, the food's back there. So anyways, those are the cons of group fitness, and that was the whole reason why I wanted to design this program. And it's just where my heart is. Like it's very frustrating to watch people come to the gym and they work out so hard. They're here, they're sweating buckets, they're working out so hard and getting absolutely nowhere. Like, what's the point of that then? At some point you have to step back and go, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why am I working out so hard and nothing's ever changing? You kind of got to figure that out. So that's why you're going to do FITT. Nutrition. All right. It's obviously imperative. You want to be successful in this program, you've got to do the nutrition component. I mean, they say nutrition is 80% of your success. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dietitian, but 80% is a really big number. That's a big number. So we have to pay attention to that. If, you know, the workouts, I gotcha for an hour a day, 4 days a week. I'm going to make you work hard. You know, we'll address your needs and your issues and everything, but you're going to work out hard. But this is what you got to do on your own. I can't be at home with you. I can't be putting the food in your mouth. You've got to be able to say, okay, I'm going to do this. I want it to work. To be successful, you have to do it. So the nutrition component was designed by our staff, which is actually Chuck Rudolph, who's our registered dietitian. It's the blood sugar stabilization plan. If any of you have done it before, it is incredible. I mean, it's so dialed out. There's no way, if you follow it to a T, you will not see results. You will see results if you do it. So this is where the fat loss is going to come in, right? Because if your blood sugar levels are stabilized and you're eating the right way, you cannot store fat. Like, that's a pretty big thing to say, right? When I first learned that, I was like, really? It's like, absolutely. And that's Chuck. Absolutely. Yeah, you didn't know that? What? You didn't know? Everybody knows that. Like, no, they don't. Not everybody knows that, but that's sick. That if your blood sugar levels are stabilized, you can't store fat. So we're going to teach you how to stabilize your blood sugar levels throughout the day so you're not storing fat. So it's not just about overeating, because that's some people's problem. They overeat, and then when you overeat, obviously you know you store fat. Guess what else happens? When else you store fat is when you starve yourself, when you don't eat at the right times. And that, I'm like so guilty of that right now, because I'm a mom and I have 3 little kids, and I will go 6 and 7 and 8 hours sometimes and I will not eat. I won't even take care of myself. And Chuck's like, well, that's stupid. You're just storing fat. I'm like, well, I know, but I'm busy. He's like, well, you can't do that. You know, you can't do that. You have to feed yourself. You have to fuel your body. So that is, you know, what this part of it's all about. So when you join, you're going to receive a meal plan. It's based on your gender and your weight. It's very dialed out. There's no confusion about it. You're not going to wonder what you have to eat, when you have to eat. You're going to have 5 meals a day. It's going to be broken down exactly how much protein, carbs, and by carbs, mostly fruits and vegetables, a little bit of starches, and healthy fat you're going to have at every meal. So you're going to be able to plug in what you want and what you like. I don't eat red meat, so I'm eating chicken and fish and stuff like that. So you'll be able to plug in what you want to eat, but you're going to know exactly what to eat, when to eat, and you're going to do it the right way. So, and then so part of it also comes in. So you're like 80%, that's still a big number, but it's because to be eating, you need to be eating right, not just to lose body fat, obviously, but for your body to be nourished so your muscles can grow. And that was another thing. I was like, okay, I'm at the gym all the time. Why am I at the gym all the time? I'm always working out, but my body's not changing a lot either. If you're not giving your body enough protein, your muscles can't grow. They just can't do it. If the protein, it's your fuel. And if you don't have that fuel in your body, your muscles will never grow. And that's what we want to do. We want to build lean muscle mass, because the more lean muscle mass you build, the more fat you burn. And you want to be burning fat all the time, or I do anyway. I don't know about y'all, right? Right, okay, so orientation day is this Sunday already. So we're starting. March 15th is our kickoff. At orientation day, we have a pre-programmed fit test. And you know, it's funny because when we did the fit test, we designed the program and everything. Marcia was the group coordinator at the time. She's like, well, you got to have a fit test. I'm like, fit test, whatever. Okay, we'll throw in a fit test. And basically, it's 12 exercises. 6 of them are strength, 6 of them are endurance exercises. And you know, you do them at the beginning, and you do them again at the end of the program. So at the beginning, we did them all. And you know, the numbers, they don't really mean anything because you don't know. Okay, you did 100 mountain climbers, and you did 19 burpees, and you do them in 60 seconds. And then we did this weekend, we just did the post-program fit test. Oh my gosh, it was sick. I was almost shaking. I couldn't believe the progress people made. I mean, it was crazy, wasn't it? I was walking around like, oh my gosh, like the strength, how much stronger people were. And then in the endurance, like how much more. I was like, you did how many jump lunges? You did. I mean, they were more than doubling what they did in 60 seconds. In 8 weeks, they took their bodies from barely able to be doing a burpee or doing 9 burpees in 60 seconds to doubling or more than doubling that number. It was crazy. So actually now I'm a huge believer in doing that fit test because it gives you a great way for you to see the progress that you've made in the 8 weeks. So we do body composition assessments at that time. Before we were doing the machine. I think this time because Chuck's gonna do the whole nutrition plan, he's gonna present it to you on orientation day, we're gonna do the pinch testing because there's just not a lot of room for error in that. It's like 95% it's gonna be right every single time. Whereas the machine, it can be not manipulated intentionally, but depending on how hydrated or dehydrated you are, can kind of skew your numbers a little bit. So we saw some funny stuff going on the first time around, right, with that machine. So we're gonna have Chuck pinch you, which is a really, really fun experience. Lift up your shirt. Like, oh no, okay. Photos if desired. We measure you, weigh you in, and then obviously, like I said, Chuck will be there on Sunday. He goes over the nutrition part in depth. Bring some Kleenex. It is not fun to hear what he has to say. He's a scientist, you know, and for him, there's no emotional connection whatsoever, you know, to food. So he's just very like, this is what you need. This is what you got to do. Your body doesn't need that. Your body doesn't need, no, don't eat that, no. You know, so it's interesting to hear him. So it's 8 weeks in duration. It begins on March 15th. It ends on May 10th. The physical training begins on Monday, March 16th, if you're a 5:30 p.m. person, or Tuesday, March 17th, if you're going to do the morning ones, 8:30 or 9:30 a.m. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's at 8:30 or 9:30 a.m., depending on what time works good for you. And then if you want to do the nighttime one, it's going to be Monday through Thursday. So I'm doing the morning ones, and then ECAT, our awesome trainer over there, is ECAT. Yay! I didn't even introduce her. I'm sorry. This is ECAT. I won't even try to pronounce her last name. Do you want to do it for him?
Yeah. It's Ekaterina.
Ekaterina. So it's much sexier when you say it. I know, I'm like, ECAT! Ekaterina. But she's one of our personal trainers. She's amazing. She's so great. So if you're going to do it tonight, you're dialed out with her. And so she's going to do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll do Tuesday night. So Tuesday, 5:30. Sorry, guys. Not going to be there. And then there's 2 additional days of exercise suggested. I should have put highly suggested. I should have put mandated by Dawn, but I didn't. But we'll talk about what those 2 additional days are at orientation day. It depends on what you want to do, where you want it, what you're looking to do with your body. It's going to be different for different people. Fit test, body composition assessments, measurements, and weigh-ins. Photos, they'll be conducted at the conclusion as well. And that's so awesome. That's the good part. at the end, when you get to the end and you get to see all the magic that happened in the 8 weeks. Really quick, let me go over. There are 2 phases of FITT. So they each last 4 weeks long. Obviously, it's 8 weeks. So in the first 4 weeks, it's the stabilization and endurance phase. So we're really focusing on multiplanar movements in an environment to build stabilization while building muscular endurance. That doesn't make any sense to most of you right now, but it will. This is funny for a lot of the men because you go up there, they go upstairs, and they lift, they lift, they lift. Now you got to tell them to lift on one leg. Oh, hold one leg in the air, and all of a sudden, oh my God! But we're going to do a lot of balance training in the beginning. We're going to do a lot of balance training to really develop those core stabilizer muscles. On the strength training days, on the 2 days that are the strength training, one day we do superset, and then another day we do vertical loading. So like supersets is like we're going to do back bis tries, boom, take a little break, and then we'll do shoulders, chest tries. You know, just like that. 3 exercise, bam, 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 a little bit of a break, then 3 more, bam, bam, bam. Vertical loading is like upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. So that'll be the other day. In the second phase, that's the second 4 weeks, you're strong now. You kind of got everything figured out. You know where you need to go. This is the strength and power phase. This is where we're going to kind of dial everything in. The emphasis is on building prime mover strength, muscle mass, and developing speed and power. So we do a little bit of power training in the beginning, but not too much because we're still working on a lot of that stabilization stuff. But in the second phase, we could really get into some of those fun power moves like super skaters and, you know, jumping and have a little weight in it. And it's so fun. I love the second phase of the program. Isn't it so fun? And it went so fast, too. It was so fun. And the isolated muscle training. That's my favorite, too, because we've got those 2 days a week. And the one day, we'll only work 3 muscle groups. We'll work like back, bis, and shoulders. I love that. I love that. And that's when you start seeing all the muscles popping out. That's when you see all the triceps. Everybody starts getting all cut up and ripped up. And I just love that. It's so exciting to me. Like, oh my God, look at your tricep. It looks amazing. So that's basically it. As far as hopefully that kind of gave you a good overview of the program. What it's all about, it's very thorough. It's very, I don't want to say intense, but it's a little intense. I'm a little intense. It is a little, yeah, look at that. She came one day and she's like, holy shit. Oh, PG-13, sorry. Can't help myself. I just can't help myself. Okay. So I'm going to have a couple people come up that went through our first pilot program. And, you know, it was funny because I did this 8 weeks ago and I didn't have any experience. You know, this was our pilot program the first time around. So I was like, just trust me. It's going to be awesome. Like, but you don't know that, but it is. So I had these wonderful 19 people that went on the journey with me. And thank you so much for doing that with me, as I knew it would be great. And it was. Like, the magic definitely happened. We all bonded. We call each other family now. We're all so tight. You know, we're going to see each other around at the gym. We're always going to have that connection. And I mean, the people that really stuck to the nutrition and everything, it's sick, the results they have. So let's see whose picture pops up first. Oh, it's Kim McAllister. Woo! All right, so Kim, dude, that's so sick right there. Like really, like look at her waist. That's crazy. That's 8 weeks. 8 weeks isn't a long time. And in the women, it's harder to, not harder to see, but you got to remember this isn't just a weight loss program. This isn't the Biggest Loser where people are just trying to lose a mass amount of weight. We want you to lose the weight the right way. That's why you're doing the blood sugar stabilization diet. You're not starving. We want you to lose it so you keep it off. Period. So with the women, you know, obviously she's lost weight. Look at her waist. But to see the muscle definition in Kimmy and the change in her shoulders and her arms and everything that you see, you know, it's hard to tell in a picture, but it's amazing because she built lean muscle mass. So she didn't just lose body fat, she built lean muscle mass. And that's why you see everything, in everybody, they just kind of shrunk down. Everything tightened up and just, it's pretty awesome. So Chip.
Yeah, I congratulate her on her.
He can attest to that. So Chip, do you want to come up and kind of give them? And I'm going to give you Chip too. And Chip, wrong number. Oh, how do I click out of that?
Next.
I know, this thing is so touchy. Just get it off. How do I get it off? Well, poor Kathleen. She's like, no, I just want it off.
Oh, you want to get that off?
I just want it off. I just want to go. Yeah. Okay, so let's go. Where are you? Why does it keep doing that? Oh, this.
Yeah.
Is that why? Look at that. Dude. Sorry. That's Chip. Like, you can't even tell in that first picture that's him. And he's not pushing it out. That's what he looked like. But 20, right? Honestly. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, you know what? I have to admit, I'm feeling a little bit better about myself. Let me just take my breath out.
That's crazy.
No, I'll tell you guys, this program is like a godsend, really, because when you get someone who is so passionate about changing people's lives, and I know she's sitting over here about to die, but just so humble, but she really gets into this. I mean, each and every one of us, she just paid so much special attention, and I'm going to jump even to the end. I mean, even what she wrote us at the end, I mean, was that touching or something, Clint? I mean, Mary Margaret, it's just, we have family members here. But the program that she has is so different because I take her 3 days a week. I take her on Monday boot camp, Tuesday Fit Fusion, and Thursday Fit Fusion or something to that effect. Meltdown, metabolic, all that kind of stuff. But this is concentrated.
And all that on the left was taken 3 days a week.
Right.
Not dissing my classes or
Right.
anything, but that's an
Right.
example of
No, that's the
not
example.
really
She
knowing.
was talking about me when she was talking about that person that's been coming for the last 4 years and just eating crazy and just not really knowing what I was doing. But now my muscles feel, hurt. I would leave all of these classes, no pain in the muscles or anything, But with this, Dawn gets on your case in a good way, in a loving way. And it's it's really something that, now I have to be honest, okay, a couple of things. I love her so much, but I would hate thinking about going to this class. But I was so dedicated because behind Dawn's back, we all hated to go over there. But we all felt great after it was over. And pretty much none of us missed one single class unless we were out of town or we just absolutely had to do something.
Yeah.
And we had, the accountability wasn't from Dawn. It was from everybody it was from like Mary Margaret and Clint. And it's just something so great. So I just had to come up here and say that it's safe. You build a lot of strength, but I do have to admit this, Dawn. I did get a terrible injury because of Dawn. And it was because she had a slip and slide on the last day, and my big old slip. I went and I hurt my rib. But other than that, everything else is safe. Watch the slip and slide, okay?
We did.
Thank you, honey.
We had a giant slip and slide. We had fun. I didn't think about, the slip and slide sounded like so much fun, and we put soap all over it, and then, we're not little kids. We're big bodies, slamming down onto the turf and running, and, a lot of people were not feeling that great. So thank you, Chip. I appreciate it, and you look awesome. And then there's Miss Mary Margaret.
Yeah.
All right, Mary, same thing. She's so
Embarrassing, guys.
I know, but again, look at that. Look at her, and again, it's hard to see, but her arms, her shoulders, her triceps, everything just completely
I feel
changed.
very exposed.
I feel, yeah.
My husband doesn't even see me like this.
He should now.
No, but I too was the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I did a lot of spin. I found myself working out my diet. So I'll eat what I want. I'm going to the gym later. It doesn't matter. And being a mom, grabbing the goldfish, eating the leftovers, whatever. But this dials it out. This is took me to a whole different level. Strength-wise, which was my main focus, because Dawn told me, look, you're here all the time, and this ain't changing.
No, I just did a lot of cardio. She's a cardio junkie. We have a lot of cardio junkies at this gym.
And
We
I
just do
like
cardio,
wine,
cardio,
and I
cardio.
like Cheez-Its, and I like, Cheez-Its. But that stuff will always be there. That brownie's always going to be there. I had to flipped my mind. This isn't my last meal. I'm not on death row, you know, and I feel like I was eating that way. I had no energy. 3 o'clock in the afternoon when my kids were going nutso, no energy whatsoever. I was just grabbing whatever just to make it through to bedtime. I'm more energetic. I'm stronger. I'm pulling 25-pound weights, rowing, biceps. I mean, she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing.
It's not me, it's you. It's not me.
I know, but she's the one that got me there, and it's an investment, and it's the best investment that I've done, and my husband is very, very happy.
And you know, she's a perfect example of somebody. Yeah, she was at the gym all the time, cardio junkie, doing spin, doing tons and tons of cardio. She didn't have a lot of weight to lose, if any. She just
10 pounds body fat.
It was 10. So she lost 10 pounds of body fat,
So
but she
it was
built lean muscle mass.
3 inches off my waist, an inch off my arms, and about 1.5 inches off of my legs.
And 5%
yeah.
body fat.
From 19.1% to 14.
That's huge. That's huge. You
In 8
know.
weeks, so.
That's
And it
8
wasn't
weeks.
necessarily the weight that I wanted to lose, because if you'll see, I always gain mine in my midsection. That's just my genetic makeup. But it was just getting more lean muscle, so I could get stronger
Yeah, and then you're.
and burn more fat.
Yeah, when you have more
Burn
lean
fat.
muscle on your body, you're burning fat all the
Yeah.
time. So that's your goal. You want to build that lean muscle mass. That's your number one goal, because then you can burn that fat. You need to. And then Kathleen was going to come, and I know she went to Disneyland, but so Kathleen and her husband went through it together. Kathleen and her husband Jim.
Jim lost
24 pounds. He's our top dog. He's our top dog. Yeah. And you know, Jim came in with a really bad injury, and I can't remember what it was. We called it his butt was broken. What was it though? Yeah. So he came in with a really bad injury, and we didn't even think he'd be able to make it through the program. We're like, okay, we'll give you your money back if you have to quit on the first day. And you know, he took it slow. He had to modify. He rolled a lot, but this doesn't even do him justice. He looks like a different man. If you look at his face and you look at him from the front, he totally looks like a different man. And that's like in 8 weeks, he looks so much younger. Well, so does Chip. He looks 10 years younger. But I mean, he just looks so much healthier, and it's so great to see. And then his wife, Kathleen, did it too. And I don't have her numbers. I was hoping she would be here to tell us her numbers. I keep pushing the wrong. How do I get it back? No, Kathleen's on there.
Oh, you want to go back to her?
Yeah, but how do I get back to the
I
slideshow?
do.
This is my tech support
No, you're
also, because I don't know what I'm doing. So we had 2 couples that did it. They killed it. And that tells you right there, because they were doing it together. It's if you can do it with a friend, if you can buddy up and do it with somebody, makes all the difference in the world. And again, it's really hard to tell in her picture because of the lighting, but when you see her, she looks so different. Her face looks different. Her whole midsection has shrunk down. And she's actually going to do it again. She's going to do the program again because she's gotten this far. How much weight did Kathleen lose? Do you know? 13 pounds. Yeah. I mean, her hips, all of this section just tightened up, and it looks so good. She looks so awesome, and look how happy she looks now. But she's going to do it again because she knows, it's not a super fast process. We're not trying to get you to lose, a ton of weight because we want you to do it the right way, but she knows she wants to go further, and so she's going to do it again, and she just looks phenomenal. I can't tell you. So anyways, that's about it.